Hello everyone and welcome to Gelato Maestro Pro. Gelato Maestro is available on the App Store. It runs on the Mac, iPhone and iPad, and today we'll be using the iPad version. Would like to run you through some of the basic interface of Gelato Maestro, and in later videos we'll cover some more advanced topics, so stay tuned. So let's just dive in. On the left side you will see the list of your recipes and also all the ingredients. You can tap on the plus sign to add a new recipe and we'll do just that. So let's create a new recipe, and it's going to be a chocolate one. We know it's going to be a cream based, and we'll tap on create. From there, on the top right corner you can tap on the plus and minus sign to add ingredients to your recipe. So from there you can either pick the ingredient, you can remove it by tapping on it again, or you can do a search. So we'll do just that. We'll add the chocolate. Let's add all the milk-based things. So milk 3.5. We need some cream. We're gonna need some skim milk powder and the cream. 33% cream. What else do we need? Sugars and this one. All right, so if you forgot ingredients or anything like that, it doesn't matter. You can always go back to that list later on. From there you're presented with the main pane of the recipe. So you have a blue divided line, which is like a divider that you can use to slide if you want to show more or less of the top pane or the lower pane. The top pane is where you have all your ingredients. The lower pane is where you have all your indicators for your recipe. So you can drag that along. What you can also do is tap on the top right corner here to reorder your ingredients. If you think you're going to be working on more than another one, just put it on the top corner. So we'll do just that. We'll grab the sugars and we'll put them on the top, and then the chocolate is the main ingredients, so we might as well put it there too. There you go. So now we're ready to put some loads on our ingredients. So we'll do just that. You can either use the slider to add load, or you can just tap in a value straight in the field. So we'll just do that for the rest of the ingredients. Let's add 50 grams for the skim milk. The milk, that's going to be the main one, say 500, and let's say 200 for the cream. All right, so we've got a basic now recipe for that. We'll bring up the indicators on top here to see how our recipe is doing. All right, so we've got the scoopability, which is slightly off. You can tap on the question mark to get more info of any of the interface items you'll see. So we'll just start tuning our recipe here. So scoopability is too soft, that means there's too much sugar. So we'll bring down the sugars a bit and see how that does. All right, so that's getting a little bit better, so bring down the dextrose too. All right, so that's looking a lot better. We're more or less okay here. Lactose saturation is a bit too high, so bring down the skim milk powder a little bit more. All right, I think we're good now. You can also tap on any ingredient to actually see its breakdown, and for example see how much fat it has, how much it's contributing to the recipe, by just tapping on it. From there also you can add a value to the cost of the ingredients, and that is great because you will then see how much that recipe costs. So let's for the cost of the milk, so here in Australia It's about $1.30 for the milk. So add that, and then we'll add some values into the dextrose. You only need to do it once for each ingredient, then it'll be saved, and any subsequent recipe you're actually doing, it'll take it into account. So the dextrose is how much is dextrose? It's about $3.50 here in Australia. Sugar is, that's probably the cheapest item in bulk, say $100.20. The chocolate is, for a kilo, that'd be about $15. And then we'll add for the milk. The milk, I've already added that, that's fine, that's been saved. And the cream, that is pretty expensive, obviously. Per kilo, it's about $7. All right, so as you can see now, we have a total value for the cost of 960 grams. What you can do also here is you can rescale that recipe to a kilo. So we'll do just that, and that's going to adjust the cost of $4 per kilo. As you can see here, there's a margin is -4, and that's because we haven't set a price for our recipe. So we'll just do that. We'll just add a price for a recipe for 100 grams, and we're gonna sell it for $4.50. All right, so that gives us a margin of $54. All right, so let's, from here, we can also see, have a look at the freezing curve. It's -12.1, so it's on the hard side. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more sugar to make sure that it just softens a little bit. In fact, the sweetness is quite okay, so I'm gonna add a little bit of dextrose, a bit more dextrose to the mix. Okay, so it's too sweet now. So yeah, more dextrose. And we're gonna swap sugar for dextrose. Now it's not sweet enough, but just a little bit more sugar. All right, we're good now. All in the green. All right, let's produce our gelato now. So you can tap on the 3 dots and tap on make gelato. From there, you can choose how much you're going to be producing, let's say 15 kilos. And while you're actually doing your recipe on putting the mix together, just tap on each ingredient so you don't double add any of these ingredients. Once you're done, tap on produce, and that will set it to produce, and will add that batch to your production. You can tap on the 3 arrows and print any nutritional label you wish to print, and choose also the region for that label. You know, if you're in Europe, or the style of the label if you're in Europe or the USA. All right, so we've covered the basic of the interface of Gelato Maestro. We will be covering more in the future on more advanced topics of the interface. So stay tuned, click on subscribe and hit the bell button. Thank you, and see you soon.